Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, NBA fans slash Raptor fans. It's your boy Mike. I'm here. You can see the title. I'm talking about the Toronto Raptors, of course, as they are my team. I love them so much, but I'm only here to be sour. I'm only here to be a little bit negative, and that's okay. The thing is, I argue a lot with like what I see on Raptors Twitter, what I see on Raptors podcast. I don't know why. I think sometimes I just like to argue. Just when it comes to the Raptors, you have to be realistic. And sometimes you look at Raptor fans, and there's only one person who wins the title. There's only one person. People can look at someone like Chris Paul and go like he's won 0 championships, and you can talk about his career and you can call him, if you want to call him a failure. I would never call him a failure. I think he just hasn't made it to the finals and he just hasn't won. But I'm not calling his NBA career a failure. There's only going to be one championship. If everyone had the ability to win a title, then we'd all have like one title. There wouldn't be guys like a Charles Barkley, like a Chris Paul, Patrick Ewing, who've never won. And this generation is going to see the same thing, like the T-Macs, the Vince Carters. Then we talk about Harden, we talk about Westbrook. There's always going to be those people who may not get a title. It's just the inevitable, just what happens. Because guys like Steph and LeBron are winning multiple titles. Now, in saying all that, talking about the Raptors, I want to say this. They're in the middle. They're in the middle. Everyone believes that they're one player away from winning an NBA championship. Just like the same way they were a few years back when they had Kyle and DeMar. They're kind of in that same spot. So unless Scotty takes a John Moran, Luka Doncic type of leap, they're not there. Or if Pascal honestly just has a Jimmy Butler type year, because I keep thinking about it, Pascal is more Jimmy Butler than he is anyone else. He's a player that a lot of people don't show him the consistent amount of respect that he deserves, but you know how good they are. There's undeniable how good a Pascal or Jimmy Butler is. It just really is. That's how I can see Pascal's trajectory really going. Now, in saying all that, still, Raptors right now in the middle. I already put a video on my expectations of certain players, my expectations of the team. Honestly, I just want to have a good season. Honestly, I just want to have a good season. I don't want the crappy years. And my main point of saying the Raptors are in the middle is because I'm tired of the shitty seasons. And we haven't had any shitty season in a while. But even back then, I was tired of having it. Being a Raptor fan for so long, there was moments you're thinking, does the NBA even want to keep a Toronto team? Yes, I just saw that the GMs voted that the Raptors have pretty much the best fans in the league, which we do. We do. Our home court advantage is real. It's real. But in saying all that, you felt at one point with the Chris Bosh era, are they even going to keep this team? Once Vince left, you're like, oh my gosh, we're about to go the same way Vancouver. Arguably, a lot of people have said if we didn't get Vince, we would have been out of there anyway. So I'm kind of glad that does not happen, that never happened. I'm glad that we still have a team. I'm glad that we're good. I think being good is okay. Yes, the goal is to win a title. It's really win or go home. You play to win championships. But there's people who are literally playing to get Scoot Henderson and Victor Wembanyama, because we just saw what they both did a day ago. And honestly, if Pascal and Fred and OG want to sit down for the rest of the year just so we can get Victor, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I know you guys would be too. All for getting someone like that. But in saying that, Raptors are in the middle. I keep saying the Raptors are in the middle, and you're trying to figure out how are they in the middle? Why are they in the middle? Okay, let's see the best teams in the East. Boston's on a win-down mode because at the end of the day, they made a win-down move getting a Gallinari, even though he's injured, get well soon, and getting a Brogdon. That's win-down moves. They're trying to get it right now. They just made it to the finals. They're trying to get there. Philadelphia, win-down mode. You have Joel Embiid at the prime of his career. You have James Harden, who's leaving his prime, but still pretty good. James Harden's still very good. As much as we all can try to hate, call him fat, whatever, he's a very good player still. He's still the second best player on that team. He's still probably, to me, on my list, he's still a top 20 player. James Harden's pretty good. Then we have Milwaukee. We have Giannis. Giannis is that guy. Giannis is a championship winning player. You saw what he did. And he can lead that team. We all think that if Chris Middleton was healthy, that team's making the finals. Then you have Brooklyn. Well, Brooklyn's good. you know, I don't want to give them too much respect because I'm almost kind of like, let's just see it first. Let's just see Kyrie and Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant play. But at the end of the day, when you have those three guys, that is an Eastern Conference Finals team waiting to happen. At least Eastern Conference. It may not make it to the finals, but that's Eastern Conference team waiting to happen. Then you got Miami. See, I wasn't even thinking Miami. I just thought about it right now. Miami was the number one seed last year. The year prior, I think that's when they lost to the Bucks. But before then, they were at the finals during the bubble. And honestly, if Jimmy Butler, if Bam was playing better, that conference final, I thought they were going to beat Boston. I actually predicted them to beat Boston. If Bam was playing better, and if Kyle was more healthier, honestly, I think they would have beat Boston. I think Miami's a team that, like, you can't count them out. They're a veteran version of what the Raptors are now, right? So that's 5 teams I just named that are above the Raptors. And I'm not going to include Cleveland because they're not right. Cleveland's not in the middle, but they're closer to the top, but not there yet. But they will be eventually. And that's where kind of Toronto is. They're not there. They're just right in the middle. But it's okay. We're not as bad as Orlando. We're not as bad as Detroit. We're not as bad as Washington. We're not as bad as Indiana. We're right in the middle. And that's just the Eastern Conference. We still got the West where Warriors are the champs. The Lakers still have LeBron and Anthony Davis. So 2 guys that, no matter what, if healthy, you really don't want to face them because they're still that good. And LeBron is still that good as much as everyone wants to kind of talk about it. LeBron is still that good. So you have those 2 guys. You still have Denver, who honestly getting Jamal Murray back and Michael Porter Jr., if those guys can stay healthy, a lot of people are picking Denver. I predicted that 2 years ago. I'm like, Denver is the team to watch out for. They just are. Like, they're that talented, that good. Yeah, Denver's a great team. You still got, Luka. I would say Dallas is in the middle until Luka can get that second star, which he's going to get shortly, probably next year or something like that. He's going to get that second star, like that legit second star. So you have them. Phoenix, they're not. We saw the press conference. They're done. I have like I said, my hot take with Phoenix is just not there. But we have all these teams in the West that are above the Raptors as well. So you need a shot of luck. Oh, and don't forget the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who a lot of people are predicting to make it to the finals and probably win it. I don't blame them for thinking that way because if those 2 guys are healthy, sky's the limit for that team. And they're a better wing version of they're the 6'5", 6'6" vision that what's his name, Nick Nurse and Masai really want. That's a 6'7" vision that they would like too, because at the end of the day they can go, they can go small. They can really go small. They can play Paul George at the 5 if they wanted to. Oh, they can do a lot. That team is really good. So Toronto's right in the middle. They're not there yet. They're probably a couple moves away, and they're probably a couple years away from Scottie Barnes being that guy. But it's okay, Raptor fans, if they're in the middle. So Raptor fans, we can expect whatever we want to expect. It's not happening. Raptors are not going to make it to the finals. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy with that. I'll be glad to be wrong. Once again, I'm a Raptors fan. I want them to make it to the finals. I want them to win the championship every single year. But you have to be realistic. Sometimes I think I'm a little too realistic with certain things. They're just not there yet. This is about watching it with your eyes. You just know they're not there yet. As much as we like Fred, Pascal, of course Scotty, OG, Precious, Boucher, the team is good, but we're not there yet. We don't have, and ultimately we can say the reasons why. There's no point in diving into the reasons why. I think you guys obviously know some of the reasons why. We're just not there. We're right in the middle. We're right in the middle of we're a good team, and that's not a bad thing. Being a good team isn't bad. I think we should appreciate it, accept it, and love where we are now. I just want Raptor fans to enjoy the ride. Don't expect them to win 60 games. Honestly, don't expect 50 games. If they do it, that's gravy. But at the end of the day, this team is going to be fun. It's going to be nice to watch. Their defense is going to cause chaos, which is nice to see. But all in all, this Raptors team is not better than the teams in the East that I just named. Maybe Miami they can beat. Maybe is the one team I think Toronto could potentially beat. Boston, I don't know. Brooklyn, I actually think Toronto can match up with Brooklyn. I really do. I was thinking about it, like they can match up with Brooklyn. Philly, we took them to 6, right? If Joel Embiid didn't hit that game winner, who knows? I think Toronto could be better, but they're still Milwaukee. is Milwaukee's Milwaukee. Middleton not hurt, who knows? They probably would have been a two-time champ. But that's my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think. Comment below. If you disagree with me and you think the Raptors are the freaking best team in the Eastern Conference, please comment below. We can argue, and you'll be wrong, but it's okay to be in the middle. It's okay to be where we are right now. It's good, and you want to win games, and you want to win a championship, but just be realistic with yourselves and know that that's not what the Raptors are. If they prove me wrong, I would actually be very excited about that. Like, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Let's build the community, guys. And we'll talk soon.